Yo, yo, yo. Can y'all hear me? This thing on? Y'all let me know. Let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know if this thing going or not. Can y'all hear me? How is the audio? Y'all let me know how the audio is. Y'all let me know how the audio is. I'm live on both Instagram and YouTube. If you want to see the charts and stuff, you gotta watch it on YouTube. Alright? You guys let me know how the audio is. Alright, cool. We got a lot to unpack today, man. We're gonna do the weekly watch list, but first we have to address what's going on, right? You can't hide them. Okay, the stock market has crashed. The stock market did crash. We are down 20% or more from the highs at this point, right? There's a lot of fear, but I would be lying to you if I would tell you that I haven't been this excited in a very long time, right? So you can look at this two ways. Yes, your long-term accounts are getting smoked right now. They are. But there are some stocks that are at a price that they haven't been to in 2 to 3 years. Right? So we know that the stock market has crashed due to the tariffs and things of that nature with Donald Trump and China, all of that stuff. What you gotta always realize, there has to always be a catalyst, right? There has to always be a catalyst for the market to come down. You gotta learn how to play the game. The game is played down here. All right, this is where people buy, because the name of the game is to buy low and sell high. Many of you guys wanted Nvidia at 150. Now it's at 87 and you don't want it. Many of y'all wanted Tesla at almost $500. Now it's almost 200 and you scared to get it. Many of y'all wanted AVGO at 250. Now it's, I don't even know what it is right now, and now you scared to get it. Like, I would say right now is not the time to be experimenting. I would be, what I'm doing, and this isn't financial advice. I gotta say all that good stuff, right? Not financial advice, but I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm not playing around with the stocks that are iffy. I'm taking the sure bets right now, the ones that I know. These companies are what's going to pull us out of where we are right now. That's where my money is going right now. I'm not doing all the speculative names. Hey, I'm not worried about that right now. I'm worried about the ones that if we're going to get pulled out, these are the ones that's going to put us out of what we are now. All right? So what I want to do here first today, before we start talking about certain stocks and the charts and all of that, I want to first give a rundown. Stocks 101. All right? A lot of you are newer or you haven't seen a market crash before. I was fortunate enough to see the market crash in 2020. I started trading in September of 2019, right? So a few months into the game, I was lucky enough to see when things were good, and I seen how fast it can turn. But what I also seen is how fast things can get back right. Now that doesn't mean that things will be a V-shaped recovery like it was last time, but you have to understand the game. Buy low, sell high. Okay? Let's talk about stocks 101. What happens when stocks run up forever? Things can't run forever, right? It's the law of gravity. What goes up must come down. It has to come down. It has to come down for the people with all the money that sold at the top to buy in again, to send it up again. Okay? It has to come down for the people that sold to buy more. You are what you call a retail investor. Your money ain't moving these stocks. The people whose money is moving the stocks is the institutions and these billionaires and multi-billionaires. These the people that's moving the markets. All right. So look, let's talk about stocks. Let's start from the very beginning. A lot of you are newer to the stock market, and it is amazing. I'm telling you guys, the stock market right now is a time where everyone is fearful. I'm telling you, this is a time where you want to really learn. If you were studying for 30 minutes a day, up your time to an hour a day. If you were studying for an hour a day, up your time to 2 hours if you can. I'm telling you, you make it through this. I know it's on the other side. Let me tell you something. When the stock market crashed in 2020, yes, I was chasing, the puts and stuff like that. Made money, great money with puts and things like that. But my biggest regret is not taking serious the long term. Because I seen stocks like Netflix under $200. I seen stocks like Meta under $200. Now imagine if I would just, yes, you can still trade, but imagine if I would have been grabbing the shares as well. You would be up a lot more. Or I would be up a lot more. All right? And we're going to talk about what you should study, all of that. We're going to talk about all of that. Let's first talk about, very quickly, investing versus trading. All right? So you guys know I do a lot of trading, okay? So I do a lot of options, but what is the difference? So the way the stock market works is you have shares of companies, okay? And for a certain price, you can actually be a partial owner of the company. So let's say, for instance, right now, Nvidia, right now, I don't know exactly what they call it, but last time I looked, it was $86. For $86, that's saying you can buy one share of Nvidia. That means you are really a partial owner of the company. You actually own Nvidia. You own a very, 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 very small percent, but you are an owner. And for every share that you buy, whatever percentage Nvidia goes up or down, that's what you're gonna make or lose. All right, and you got to multiply that by how many shares you have. If you have 5 shares of Nvidia at $86, that's gonna cost you about $4.30, somewhere around $40 to $30. If Nvidia goes up $5 with those 5 shares, you're gonna make 25. If it goes down 5, you're gonna lose 25. Okay, and that's how you're gonna make or lose money. You are actual owner of the stock, okay? And it goes the same way with any other company. Meta has a stock. Meta owns Instagram. What you guys are watching this on, Google has a stock. Google owns YouTube. This is what y'all watching this on the YouTube platform. Google owns YouTube. All right. So a lot of these stocks that you invest into, that you use all the time without even knowing, right? You got to think about it. Yes, the stock market is crashing, but what has changed with YouTube? Are people done using YouTube? Are y'all done using Instagram? People are still paying for ads. There's a new kid trying to be the next Cassinet every day. A lot of this stuff isn't going nowhere. And if the stock market was to go to zero, we'd be in trouble. We really would be in trouble as a country. But what I'm going to tell you is, take the side of history. The stock market falls quickly and it rises slowly. All right? But just as fast as these opportunities present themselves to you, they will be taken away. All right? They can be taken away just as quick. Okay? So stock market 101. Understand, when you buy a stock, you are actual owner. You are not constrained by time at all. All right? When you talk about trading, that's what you guys see me do with the options, and when I'm heavy on the charts and I got to be specific with the entries. Options trading is a little bit different, right? So with options trading, let's say that same Nvidia. Let's say Nvidia costs $86. I can buy what's called a contract, and that contract is going to allow me to say, okay, I think Nvidia is going to go up or down. You can bet on the stock going up or down. Okay. The thing that makes options so powerful is with that same $430 that I bought 5 shares with, if I was to buy, let's say you can get 2 or 3 option contracts, you have the potential to make $100 plus for every dollar that Nvidia goes up or down, depending on which way that you bet. So let's say I was to get 3 contracts of Nvidia and I was betting on it to go up, right? So with that $430, if it goes up $5 with my shares, I will only make $25. With option contracts, if it goes up $5, depending on the type of contracts I get, I could be up hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. It really depends on how many you really get. Okay? I'm telling you guys, this is the time to start learning this stuff. All right? I'm going to go through very quickly the things that you want to focus on. I call this my pillars of options trading. Okay? Understand that trading is different from investing. Here are my pillars of options trading before we start getting into stocks and all of that. Number 1, understand option contracts, right? You're going to be buying option contracts. You have to understand what they mean. Understand the difference between a call and a put. Understand the Greeks. And truthfully, you will be fine understanding just delta and theta. Understand that. Secondly, you have to start getting to the technical analysis. All right? Understand time frames. Okay? Understand chart patterns. Understand levels. Understand trends and trend lines. Okay? Understand things like that. Understand the basics. And I explain all of this in depth on my YouTube channel. You guys can look. It'll say RJ's Pillars of Options Trade. I have 4 those are my real classes that I have. 4 of real classes for my mentorship that I go through, and it breaks down all of this stuff. I can literally teach you how to get started trading for free. Okay? So make sure you drop that. And if you guys are watching on the YouTube, make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, drop some questions. If you're watching on Instagram, make sure you guys drop some questions as well. I'd love to hear from you guys. Leave a like and share this with at least one person. I challenge everybody to share this with one person that wants to learn or that wants to start making money in the stock market. All right? I'm telling you guys, everybody is fearful. This is the time to start getting in. All right? I'm not saying that stock market can't go lower, but I am saying when it's time, it's time. All right? So what I'm doing here is I'm pulling up SPY right now, okay? And you can't see where SPY really is right now. If anyone can open up their Robinhood or whatever, you can let me know what it really is at right now. I think last time I looked, it was at like 485, 486. So what you got to realize with SPY, and this is us looking at the charts. When you take a look at SPY right here, the retest for SPY is at 478. So 478 is the retest of where we broke out from all-time highs over a year ago. Okay? So all of this is really a healthy pullback. All of this is healthy. Okay? This would be a break and retest on a buying and have been buying on the way down. Okay? But if you are new, SPY, okay? SPY is, when people say the market, they talk about the S&P 500, okay? So SPY, SPY, you can find that on Robinhood, whatever platform you use. I do suggest Robinhood for beginners because it's very easy to use. When you take a look at SPY, SPY holds the top 500 companies in the stock market, okay? So Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, AMD, Meta, Google, all of these are inside of SPY, okay? So in a way, you can invest into SPY and be investing into everything, all right? You can actually be investing into SPY and be investing into everything. Now, one thing that I do want to, I'll save that. Let's talk about some individual stocks that I like. Let's talk about some stocks that I like. Then we'll start getting into some option plays at the end, okay? Let's see here. Let's do it. Let's do it here. Nvidia. Let's talk about this one first, man. Let's talk about Nvidia. Nvidia, last time I seen it, it was around 85, 86 in the pre-market / after hours, which puts it around this area. All right, puts it around here. Nvidia at this point down here, that's crazy, almost 50% off of the all-time high. All right, now it does have a lot of room to come down, but if Nvidia was to get down to $60, there's no telling what spot would be. Me personally, I'm buying Nvidia, right? So I've already started, but I am buying more this week. Now, as far as leaps and things like that, I don't think it's time for that, just because me personally, I like to see setups, okay? So right now, we're kind of just free falling. You don't want to catch a falling knife, all right? I think right now it's a time to build the long term, the shares, all right? Not necessarily the options just yet, okay? Not for me at least. I love Nvidia, okay? So Nvidia right now costs $85 to $88, somewhere around there. I don't know exactly what the price is, but it's under $90, right? So almost 50% off of the all-time high. Keep in mind that it just was at all-time highs a few months ago. All right, that's Nvidia. Now let me tell you guys a secret. A secret to this, they made investing so easy now. You can invest with anything. When I first started trading, let's say for instance, all right, let's say you was a beginner and you had like $200. If you had $200, you got a couple options. You can try to options trade your way up to the $1,000 or whatever to be able to afford some of these stocks, or you can buy one share of Apple or one share of Microsoft, one share of it was called Facebook at the time. You get a couple shares of Facebook in 2019, but they made it so much easier because you now have leveraged stocks. What do I mean by that? These leveraged stocks are more risky. I will tell you that now. They are more risky because they move 2 times as fast. So for instance, Nvidia's 2 times leveraged stock is NVDL. Let me show you guys. NVDL. Right? So NVDL, I imagine this has to be, I don't know exactly what it is right now in the pre-market, but it has to be somewhere around $22, $23 maybe right now. Okay? This is a 2 times leverage long for Nvidia. So whatever percentage Nvidia goes up or down, this is going to move twice as fast. And you want to say, okay, well, why should I get that? Or why should I look into it? You can look into this as a cheaper alternative. Right? NVDL right now is 22, 23, whatever it is right now. Nvidia is 80 something. So you can get 3 shares of the NVDL, or you can get 1 NVDA, right? Which is the actual stock. Now, when it comes to a stock split and things like that, you probably would be better off with the actual stock, but this is a alternative for if you don't have a lot to invest. You actually don't need a lot now. When I started trading, man, if you was looking to build long term for real, you needed some money. Now, I feel like you can really build a really good looking portfolio with $500. If you got $500, I'm telling you, you can build you a decent looking portfolio. I promise you. You have a lot of stocks that have these 2 times leverage ETFs. Okay? Now, I'm about to step away from the YouTube just a second. You gotta give me just a second on the YouTube. Give me just a second here on the YouTube. Say the audio is chopping a little bit. Sound going in and out. What about right now? How's the audio? The tool for finding the percentage, use the forecast. Tool for finding percentage on TradingView's forecast. Give me just a second here on the YouTube. The game is on easy mode. All y'all gotta do is listen. I'm telling you. You say, what would I buy with 500? That's a great question. That's a great question. You know what? We'll do that. I'll build I'm gonna see. I'll see what I would build with 500. That's a great question. Let's do that right now. That's an amazing question. If I had $500 and I was looking to invest long term, what would I do? Now, I'm gonna say with $500, I'm gonna build this long term, and this is something that I would be prepared to hold for at least 5 years. Okay, I'm gonna say this is something that I would be prepared to hold at least 5 years. Okay, let's see. So I would structure my 500. This ain't financial advice. This is what I would do. I would structure mine to be mostly technology, right? Because you have to also take into account what's your goal. Is your goal stability or is your goal growth? If your goal is stability, then you may want to look into getting the S&P 500, or getting some dividend stocks. But if your goal is growth, you want to be looking at the stocks that has the chance to really grow, right? So you'll be looking at your Teslas, your Nvidias, your AMDs, your Broadcom, right? Your Meta. You'll be looking at your growth stocks. So it depends on your goal. Now I'm gonna do it from my stance. Right now I'm in a growth stance, right? So I ain't playing it safe right now. I'm be real. I'm trying to get to the bag. I ain't playing it safe. So this is what I would do with 500. First of all, I would say I would allocate. Let me write this down so I keep up with my 500. What would I invest with $500 if I had only $500 to do long term, right? Not options, just straight long term. I would say off rip, I would put $100. I would put $50 into something that has to do with crypto. 10% of my portfolio I would have in crypto. I'm not a huge crypto person, right? I love stocks. That's my lane. But the growth potential is there, but it's not something that I would be 1,000% on me personally. So with your crypto, what can you look at? You can have stocks that track Bitcoin, right? So things like MSTR, right? MSTR is 293 right now. It's a lot lower than this right now because Bitcoin is taking you know how I told you that each stock has a leverage ETF? MSTR has MSTU. So MSTU on Friday closed at $5.52. I guarantee you right now it's probably under $5. It's probably like 4 something right now, if not lower. And it's probably in the mid 4s. $50, I would get $50 worth of MSTU, right? And my objective here is growth, right? So I am aiming for growth with my 500. Let me say that one more time. Aiming for growth with my 500. I would get $50 MSTU. This is how I would build it up. Strictly growth. So that right now possibly could get you, I'm going to say 11 shares maybe. You probably could get 11 shares out of that right now. Okay? Now the rest of this stuff, I'm going straight technology. Technology is what been taking the stock market higher, and this is what's going to continue to take it higher. All right? So what I would do, I'm going to give y'all another one here. This is one that I missed out on. SOXL. SOXL is another leverage stock, right? Because remember, I'm going for growth. This is the high risk growth. But is it really super high risk depending on where you get it? It's super high risk when you buying it up here at 74. But how risky is it if you buying it down here at $7? Because I guarantee you right now it's probably like $7.20, something like that. Right? So right now, SOXL is at a price that you haven't seen since 2022. This stock in July was $70, right? It's a 3x leverage. So this one is super, super leveraged, right? But it has some crazy return potential. So somebody let me know how much is SOXL right now. Yeah, I do one for stability too, yeah. How much is SOXL right now? Somebody take a look at, I know it shows it on Robinhood. I might have to move the mic a little bit. That's probably why it's going in and out, moving my mic some. 768. Cool. SOXL, ain't gonna lie. So what is in SOXL? SOXL, the top 3 companies that SOXL holds is Broadcom, Nvidia, and AMD. So really, when you buy SOXL is really giving you guys all 3 of those, right? And it has a lot more stocks in it, right, that it holds. So think of SPY holding the top 500 stocks in the market. SOXL holds the top semiconductors. Okay? So SOXL holds, when you buy SOXL, you're buying into Nvidia, you're buying into Broadcom, you're buying into AMD, you're buying into Marvel, right? You're buying into all those TSM, you're buying into all those when you get SOXM, right? So me personally, what do we know? We know that Trump, just when he had that what he had, like a speech or whatever in early July or mid-January, he said we want to be the best in AI. He already told you what the plans are. Okay? He already told you what the plans are. So he told you what the goal is, and Donald Trump is the type of person, he gonna get it or die trying. So I'm gonna do the same. So me personally, I probably would go, I ain't gonna hold you. You getting it at lows, right? So right now it's at a price that it hasn't been to since 2022. I probably would put 150 in there. I ain't gonna lie. I would go 150 SOXL. How many SOXL can I get with 150? Let's see. It costs almost $8. Carry the one. Let's say somewhere around 15. I don't know. Somewhere around 15 shares. Anyway, $150, I would put it in SOXL. If I had 500, I'm going strictly for growth. Where the United States is going, where the world is going, if technology keeps advancing, AI is going to keep advancing as well, right? So what brought us to all-time highs and through all-time highs is going to have to bring us back to all-time highs. That's what I'm betting on. I ain't going speculative. I'm going what has got us there, what's already been working. This ain't the time. This ain't really the time to be going all in on speculative things, in my opinion. All right, so I would go 150 SOXL, me personally, right? Like I said, this ain't financial advice. This is, you asked me what I would do. Okay? So now I still have $300. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all, a stock that I absolutely love, man. I love Google and Amazon. I love Google because YouTube, I feel like YouTube is amazing. Right, so Google right now probably costs like 140 something. It probably costs 140 something. I don't know what Amazon costs right now. But both of those stocks have the 2 times leverage as well. Right? Amazon, if we look at it from a chart standpoint, and let me say this too, you only want to look at 2 times leverage when stocks are significantly down from the highs. Don't look at 2 times leverage when the stock is at all-time highs. That's not smart. You want to buy at the lows, okay? Buy low, sell high. Not buy high, sell low. Buy low, sell high. A lot of these stocks are 30+% from the highs, okay? So that means if it goes back up, let's say if a stock is has 30% to go to get to all-time high, that means if you get that 2 times leverage, you're gonna be up 60%. All right. And if it goes higher, you're going to be up even more. Okay. So AMZN, Amazon. Everybody knows Amazon. Everybody probably uses Amazon. You probably used it today. I don't know what it's trading at right now. Amazon said 166. Okay. AMZU is the Amazon version, right, of the 2 times leverage. Okay. And do a reset here. We're talking about $500 budget. What I would do personally if I'm looking for growth with $500. This is what I would do. Okay. You notice I'm doing a lot of 2X right now. I'm trying to build my money. I'm trying to build my money long term. And eventually it's going to give me more to get the real stocks. Okay. This is what I would do. All right. So Amazon, there's no telling what AMZU is right now. AMZU is probably around $20 maybe, right? $20, $21. I got $300 left. I go, I got $300 left. I got 3 stocks in mind. Let me say 75. Let me go $75 into AMZU. So $75 in this will probably get me like 3 shares. That'll probably give me 3 shares. All right. I'll probably go $75 into Amazon. Right. AMZU. Right. That is the 2 times leverage for Amazon. AMZU. Okay. So now I got $225 left. Guess where I'm going? Me personally, I love Google, right? I love Google. I got 2 more though. We gotta split up. We gotta split up some more. We got 225. We gotta split up between I got 3 stocks to split up between. Let's talk about the most risky one first. All right, Tesla. I know y'all was probably asking when I was gonna talk about Tesla. Y'all know I love Tesla. I love me some Tesla. I don't necessarily love Elon Musk and what he be doing, but the stock ain't treated me wrong yet. All right. Tesla also has a 2 times leverage. Right? Tesla's 2 times leverage is TSLL. So Tesla right now, let's see what percentage Tesla is down from the highs. Notice I said do not look at no 2 times leverage ETFs unless it is at least 25-30% down, right? That's what I'll be looking at. Right now, from the highs, Tesla is 50% down. And what is Tesla at after hours? Somebody let me know Tesla after hours. What is Tesla at after hours right now? What is Tesla at after hours? Tesla after hours, what is it at? Say TSL at 60. That's perfect. That's perfect. Tesla at 218. Okay, cool. If Tesla is at 218, that means Tesla is over 50% down from the highs. Okay, so Tesla is 50% down from the highs. That's crazy. And you honestly, you might be able to get Tesla under 200. Ain't gonna lie. But we only got $500. Let's do it. We do another reset because we got a lot of people joining. We're working with 500, and the question was, what would I do with $500 if I'm trying to grow? All right. The stock market has made it a lot easier for you to make money with less money now. They didn't have this in 2019. I'm telling you, if you want to make some money, this is the time. Okay. So Tesla was just almost $500 in December, and everybody was wanting it. Now it's at 218. Don't nobody want it. Right? This is what I would do. So right now they say Tesla is 218, TSLL is 660. I got $225 left. I'm gonna go risky. Cause I personally think Tesla, by the time Donald Trump get out of office, I feel like Tesla might hit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I want to see Tesla hit 600-700. That's what I want to see. Call me crazy. I'm not betting against Elon. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. You might not love what he do, but when Tesla gets going, Tesla is going, and y'all seen that already, right? If you've been trading since 2019, then you know what Tesla can do. Okay? So I got high hopes for Tesla, and I really like their products that they have, right? I really like their products. So a lot of people talk about Tesla cars, right? Me personally, this is my opinion. I think Tesla is trying to get out of the cars, not all the way, but they have a lot of products that the market even tapped into yet, right? So I watched their little investor event a few months ago because you know what I'm saying, I'm an investor in Tesla, so I gotta watch that and see what's going on. It's one thing that I feel like people are scared of that I really feel like it's gonna hit. And this might even be beneficial for other stocks like Nvidia, AMD. This probably gonna benefit them. Those robots that they working on. Them robots they working on, that's gonna be something. That's a market that isn't even priced in yet. We don't even know what that's gonna look like. Alright, so they have robots that is gonna be like real humans that they are working on. I feel like that is gonna be a market that's not even tapped into yet. They also are working on like different Tesla taxis and like a Tesla bus. Is all of this stuff going to be, put out? I don't know. But this is what I seen. This is just what I'm thinking. You guys know that Tesla is getting military contracts, right? Y'all do know that, right? Military don't run out of money. That's all I'm saying. They also are making like these Tesla buses. And just imagine if Tesla was able to get like a contract with school systems or be the official NFL game day like rides or whatever, like just imagine the possibilities if Tesla was to take over the bus systems. That would be crazy, man. Like that would be crazy. I'm just thinking of what else. But nonetheless, I think Tesla's gonna go 600 plus. Minimum, I feel like Tesla probably gonna minimum be 600-700 by the time Trump in office. Now when Trump get out of office, I don't know what they gonna do. I'm gonna be out of it by then. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I got high hopes for Tesla. So I got 225 left. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would go I'll go 100 Tesla. $100 in Tesla. Right? So what can that get me? That can get me 100 divided by, let's just say 7. That'll get you like 14 shares, probably a little bit over 14 shares of the TSLL, right? And that's just accounting for where it is now. If Tesla gets under 200, this thing would be probably like into the 4s and 5s again, right? It'll start getting low. It'll start getting pretty low. And at that point, you can grab a lot of them, okay? So 100 would be in Tesla. So now we would be down to 125. Okay? I got 2 more stocks that I'm going to split this into. First one I'm split into is Meta. I love Meta. Meta owns Instagram. Meta owns Facebook. Meta has data on most people in the world. Okay? Nobody has more data than Meta. All right? Meta isn't going anywhere. Okay? Meta, what is Meta's price right now? They're probably like 470s right now, 460s. They probably in that range. What's Meta's price, y'all? What is Meta's price? The trucks too, yeah. I got 125 left. Let me show you how I'm gonna split this 125. We going Meta, and I got one more. Notice I'm doing all growth. All growth is what I'm on. 482. Oh, so it don't. Dang, yeah, under 500. That's crazy. Okay, Meta is 482. So right now, Meta is somewhere around here. right? What percentage is it off of the highs? Only look at the 2x leverage when these things are low. At 482, Meta is 34% off the highs. Now y'all ask me this, or let me know this. What does Meta have to do with these tariffs? How are the tariffs affecting people getting on Facebook? How is Meta, how is these tariffs affecting people getting on Facebook or using Instagram or paying for ads? All right. So Meta also has a 2x. I'm giving y'all so much game. I'm telling y'all, bro. Man, look. The stock Meta right now, they told you it costs $482. So we would have to get one share of Meta with our whole $500. METU costs $22, right? So they're less than that right now because Meta is down, right? They probably closer around 21, 20, somewhere around there. All right. So you can get into Meta for $20, and your percentage is going to be double. Okay. $20 versus $482. You making your money stretch with these 2x leverage. I'm telling you, and I'm the only reason that I'm telling y'all about these 2x's right now is because we are in a market crash. I wouldn't tell y'all about no 2x if we was at all-time highs. I've been knew about these 2x stocks. I'm not finna tell y'all to look at these things when the market at highs. That's crazy. Because think about it. These stocks, look at this. Meta was just at all-time high, y'all. If you was to buy MS or METU at all-time highs, right now you'd be down 56%. Now, can you still go down 50%? You probably could. If you was to buy now, could you go down 50%? You probably could. But me personally, I'd buy even more. And this with this 500, this is counting into like you constantly, continuing to do it, not just this 500, right? The long term, you gotta just keep buying. You have to keep buying, right? Rather, while the prices are good, you gotta keep buying. All right. So Meta, let's say it's at, what is METU at? Let's say 20.88. So let's say $21. So I'm putting 100 in METU, right? So that'll probably get me. I couldn't get 5. I'll be able to get 4 shares, right? So I'm going 4 shares of METU, right? I'm going 4 shares of METU. So now I've used, I got, what, do I have 125 left? Let's see, 175. Let's see here. We use 200. Okay, we got a little bit left. We got a little bit left. The last one that I would get into here is Google. All right. Now, I say Google for last just because Google is probably the one that might be the slowest mover. You definitely will get a lot more movement out of SOXL, MSTU, Meta. Your movement is going to definitely be faster. Google might not move as quick, but Google does still have a lot of room for growth, right? So Google right now, what is Google at, y'all? Oh yeah, Meta got a 2x. I'm putting y'all on, man. I'm telling y'all, they are making this easy for you to make money as long as you buying at the right time. As long as you buying at the right time. What's let's see. Google's at 142. All right. So Google also has a 2x. Was it GGLL? Yeah. GGLL is Google's 2x. So y'all see all of these major stocks have 2x's. Okay? GGLL is the 2x for Google. All right. So it's at 25, 29. So it's probably around $23, somewhere around there right now. Look at this. It was just at highs in February. At February, it was like all-time highs at over $50. So right now, if you was to get it and it goes back to highs, you'd be up over 100% on your return. All right. So I got 125 left. Dang, I think I done lost count. Hold on. I got $50 in. Let me go back over here. Let me go back over it and do a reset for those who might have joined a little bit late. For those that might have joined a little bit late, we talking about what I would do with $500 if that's all I had to invest to start off with, right? So I was telling them back in 2019, that's when I started. In 2019, you had 500. Hey, you get a couple shares or something, or you can try to option trade your way up. That's it. Now you have these leveraged stocks that you can get for cheap. They making it affordable for everybody to invest. There's no reason why you should not be investing. I'm telling you, it's no excuse no more. It's no excuse no more. All right. So we're building this with $500. So right now we have $50 into MSTU, right? $150 into SOXL, right? You can tell I love SOXL the most right now. So that's 200. I got 75 into Amazon, so that's 275. And we got 100 into METU. That's 375. All right. So we got 125 left. We got 125 left. So with Google, let's say we could probably get one more thing. Ain't gonna lie. Oh, I'm missing one. I left out Tesla. I left out Tesla. I said 100 into Tesla, which would be TSLL. So we only got 25 left. All right. So I guess we'll just be able to get one GGLL. Yep. That's what I missed. 100 TSLL. So yeah, I guess we'll be able to get one GGLL, which is cool. That's still cool. All right. So with the 500, we got $50 into MSTU. That covers the crypto, Bitcoin. I'm not huge on Bitcoin and all of that. I don't really care for crypto, but I see the potential, right? So I would put that's 10% of my portfolio into crypto, right? MSTU is the 2x for MSTR. All right. So let's look at what I'm telling y'all, bro. This can be crazy. The crypto experts say Bitcoin going to 1 million. Is it? I don't know. That's what they say though. But what I can tell you is MSTR all-time high is up here at 540. What was MSTU at the time? MSTU at that time hit $31. So right now it's probably like 4 something. Okay? So if it goes back to all-time highs, that is what, a 7x, 7x? That's crazy. And if Bitcoin end up going to 200, 300K, ain't no telling what it'll be at. Probably be in the 50s somewhere. Probably way higher than that. Right? So that can be a crazy return just off a little bit. All right? So we got $50 into that. That covers the crypto. We got 150 into SOXL. SOXL holds the stocks like Nvidia, AVGO, Broadcom, TSM. It holds all the semiconductors, right? So you covered on all the semis. The semis is really what was taking us high, right? So it got us out the slump really in 2022, 2023. So it could do the same thing again. Those have been the main things that's been getting slaughtered since last year is the semis. So SOXL, let's look back at that chart, right? This is a 3x leverage. The high is over $70, and right now SOXL is under $8. That's a risk I'm taking. I'm sorry. I'm taking it every time. All right, so 150 into that can get you a lot of shares, and if it 10x from this point, and this is just saying that it gets back to all-time highs. If the market goes higher than where it is now, let's say Donald Trump just go crazy, right? So let's say Donald Trump sends SPY And I feel like he will. I feel like by the time Trump get out of office, we probably gonna be at 700-800. That's my personal opinion. That's just me. All right. But if SPY is at 700-800, what y'all think SOXL, Nvidia, Broadcom, what y'all think them stocks gonna be at? They the reason that we was up here. So they're gonna be the reason we go higher. All right. So there's no telling what that type of return could possibly be. All right. So SOXL, that covers my back with all the semis. Semis, I love the semis. AI. They already told y'all that's what we had and that's what we want to do. All right. We got $75 into Amazon, right? That's just me personally because I love Amazon. And that's ticker AMZU for the 2x leverage. We got 100 into Meta. I feel like Meta is going to be $1,000 stock one day. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm telling you, I think it's going to get there. METU is the 2x leverage for that one. We had 100 into Tesla. All right. We had 100 into Tesla, right? Tesla TSLL. TSLL is the 2x leverage for Tesla, and it costs like $6 right now. So instead of paying $218 for Tesla, you can get into Tesla for $6. Y'all realize it's cheaper. It is cheaper to get. Dang, this is crazy, bro. When you start really putting this stuff into perspective, this stuff really get crazy. And let me tell y'all another one that I didn't even talk about. Another one that I didn't even talk about was AMD. So AMD, last time I looked, it was at like $77, $78, which puts us at a price that AMD hasn't been to since 2023. AMDL, I bought some more AMDL tonight. It was at like $2.90. So it is cheaper to get 5 AMDL than it is to go get you some lunch. That's crazy work. The high for AMDL is $25, right? So, but the thing is too, this is on March 18th. So it doesn't even count for what the real all-time high for AMD was, because it hit the all-time high on, let's see what day that was. March the 8th, right? So they don't even count for what the real all-time high was. It was like $40 higher than that. So if AMD was, it doesn't even have to get to the highs. That's one thing I'm trying to get y'all to see too. It doesn't even have to get to the highs. Guys, the stock market is in a crash. You're going to make a lot of money even if we just recover some. The stock market is at a point, these stocks haven't been this low in years. I'm telling you. And the reason that I'm telling y'all this is because I missed out in 2020. I'm telling you. I missed out in 2020. I ain't missing out this year. I'm 6 years in now. When I first started, I didn't understand this. I'm telling y'all this because I understand it. I see how much these stocks have rose, right? And there's plenty of other stocks that are great. But I just personally focus on those because you see I got $500, all right? So that's what I would be looking at with 500. So I hope that was insightful a little bit there. That's what I would do with my 500. I would be heavy in growth, me personally. I'll be heavy in growth. Let me see what questions y'all had. Say, can I record and YouTube? Yeah, I'm on both. Says, does SPY have a 2X? I think SPY does have a 2X. It might. Let me see. I know it has a cheaper alternative. SPXW. What is that? SPXL. It's a lot cheaper than paying $500, $400 for SPY. So the SPXW, and it might even be a cheaper alternative than this. SPXW is like $100 right now. It's lower than this because the stock market is down. So it's under $100 right now. I guess that would be your leverage for SPY, and the all-time high for it is 188. So what percentage drop is it down right now? I'm just take the Friday low. So it's over 50% down from the highs. So even SPY, if you want to say, you know what, RJ, I don't want to bet on the individual stocks. I don't know what Tesla gonna do. I don't know what SOXL gonna do. I don't know what Meta gonna do. If you don't do nothing else, put your money in SPY. If you don't do anything else, put your money in SPY. Because y'all look at this chart for SPY, and I'm gonna go back as far as I can. Y'all tell me a single time that we've fallen and haven't recovered. And this just goes back to 1993. The stock market has been open for a very long time, longer than all of us have been alive. Show me a time that we've had a dip that hasn't been recovered from. We've had World War I. We've had World War II. We had the dot-com bubble. We had the 2008 financial crisis. We had COVID. We had the 2018 trade war. We had 2022 inflation. And now we got tariffs in 2025. I'm telling y'all, if you miss it, it's on you. If y'all miss it, it's on you. If you miss it, it's on y'all. Alright? So once again, this wasn't financial advice. It's just what I would do personally, right? So all this stuff is stuff that I already started buying and buying more of. So that's just a sneak peek of stuff that I like, right? And it's more good stocks that's on sale, right? So if you think about, like, as technology keeps advancing, cybersecurity is going to have to keep advancing. And the big player right now is CrowdStrike, right? So CrowdStrike, you love to catch them a lot lower. There's no telling what they are right now. I don't know if they have a 2X or not. Let's see. We can check, though. CrowdStrike. Nah, they probably don't. But CrowdStrike is $300. There's no telling what they at right now. Alright. So you gotta, it's a lot of different stocks, man. But the main thing is, put y'all money somewhere, man. Put your money somewhere in stocks. Alright? Put your money in stocks. They say SPXU. Ah, okay. SPXU, what is that? SPXU, so that's the inverse. Right? So this is the inverse of the S&P 500. So if you're betting on, this is a way to kind of hedge your portfolio. So it's a little late for it, I would say. It's a little late for it at this point. But yeah, that's a hedge. That's a hedge. That's a hedge. Let me see the comments, what y'all said. Said Meta have a 2X. Yup, METU. Oh, y'all find them. CRWL. Let me look at them. Now, I wouldn't get it on CrowdStrike, though. I wouldn't get the 2X on CrowdStrike right now. Just simply because we're not down enough from the highs, in my opinion. CrowdStrike, let's see how far down we are from the highs. And once again, all this stuff is, we just basically talk about, these are more so things you get into as a beginner when you might not have the thousands and thousands to invest in into stocks right now. Let's say you got a few hundred. These type of things is what you look into, right? Because you obviously won't be able to get 10 shares of CrowdStrike. You won't be able to get 10 shares of Meta. But if you got $500, I just built y'all a solid little portfolio with $500. With that 500, you got Bitcoin, you got the semiconductors, you got Amazon, you got Meta, you got Tesla, and you got Google. And that's just a starter, right? That's just a starter. So hope that kind of made sense, man. This is a little different for me right here. I usually tell y'all about like just straight trading, right? Straight option plays. RJ maturing, man. RJ on that long term now, right? I love my options. But when the market crashed, I always told myself, I was saying this since 2023, 2024. I said, if the market crash again, I'm not missing it. Y'all must ain't heard that J. Cole, man. Y'all don't know that J. Cole. He say, fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, and y'all know the rest. He ain't fooling me 3 times. They really got me twice. They really got me twice, though. Really, it's twice they got me. I'm on my 3rd time. So I gotta load the chopper on them. I gotta load the chopper, let it rain on them. Cause they won. This is the 3rd time. They got me in 2020, right? Fooled me one time. Shame on you. So shame on the market. They got me. I was a beginner. I still had milk around my mouth at that time. I ain't know what I was doing. So they got me right there. All right, this one right here, this was a weird year. I ain't gonna lie, this is a weird trading year altogether. This was a weird trading year. But I ain't take long term serious here. This was a nice dip. But this one, oh yeah. We on time number 3. Fool me 3 times. Blank the peace sign. Load the chopper and let it rain, right? So, hey, I'm loading up. I ain't gonna lie. And yes, the market can go lower. I'm not saying that this is the bottom for the market. But when the market gets into the bear market, area, right? So down 15, 20%, that's when I start putting in, right? So I just been waiting. Because the market will go back to all-time highs. Is it going to do it tomorrow? No. Is it going to do it next week? No. Is it going to do it a year from now? I don't know. But the market will go back to all-time highs. I guarantee you the stock market is going to go back to all-time highs. That's what it is. All right? So, that's really what I got, man. I ain't even talk about no option plays. I don't even know what to tell y'all with options right now, bro. I mean, option contracts are going to be so expensive. For a lot of people, it won't even be worth it to play options right now. For a lot of people, it's not going to be worth it to play options because options are going to be expensive. What makes it more expensive? It gets more expensive when you have a lot of volatility, right? So when you're volatile, options get very expensive because you're getting big moves up, big moves down, okay? So when SPY was at all-time highs, we were seeing SPY, a good day for SPY was being up like $3. Anything over $3, that's a great day. You seeing now, SPY is moving like $10+ a day. Last 2 days, $20. Alright, so it's gonna be expensive to play options right now. But if I had to pick something to watch, of course it would be SPY. You can always watch SPY. Let's see, what else would I go through? Let's go through the stocks here. I ain't even talk about PLTR. Of course, you can always play SPY. Nvidia. I don't know how much more. I don't know if I was short Nvidia. Not up in here. Look like it's gonna get to a nice little support. They've been killing Apple, man. They killed Apple. So you talking about Apple is like $50 down in 3 trading sessions? That's crazy. Let's see. I don't even know, man. Everything is just so killed right now. Like, DAL just got destroyed. Shout out to everybody that made money on DAL. Right? So I called DAL. I wish I would have held some contracts, man. DAL just went crazy to the downside. DAL went crazy. Congrats to everybody that made money on DAL. Let's see. I don't even have a solid watch list, man. It's just down. Everything is down so much. I really have to see where we open up at. Uber, PayPal, XYZ, everything is killed. Yeah. As far as options, man, you got to see what the day really gives you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. At this point, you don't have a setup because everything just is a big gap down. Ain't no setup. Said TGT. Man, black folks, y'all did alright, man. Y'all band together with that TGT, didn't you? I ain't think y'all was gonna do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't think y'all was gonna do it, man. Y'all killed TGT. I don't know what all happened, but hey, Y'all did y'all thing with that TGT. Y'all wasn't playing. Dang. I had TGT charted too. I ain't even trade them. So now TGT done dropped the price it ain't been to since 2020. So it's back at COVID levels. I ain't gonna lie to you. TGT might be a good up move soon. It might be about time to get calls. It ain't no telling where it's at though. I mean, it's a lot of bullish divergence, but you can't trust bullish divergence right now. The market too bearish. Right now, be focused on long term right now. Let's see what else. What else we got? Dang, Amazon too. I'm guilty, y'all. I just ordered some on Amazon. Why y'all ain't tell me that? Why y'all ain't tell me we're doing Amazon, man? I just got some from Amazon. Well, y'all crazy. I just ordered for Amazon. So you haven't got anything on from Amazon or Target since February. Dang, you stand on business. Hood. Let's look at Hood. Robinhood. Robinhood. There's no telling what it's at right now, but I know it's down. Hood probably got one too. Maybe not. It might not have one yet. They'll get one though. They'll get one. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, man. Robinhood platform is good. Say cancel subscription and all. Robinhood is a great platform. If you're a beginner, I do suggest Robinhood. I suggest Robinhood. Last live, I told a story about what happened on the worst day ever for me when I first started trading. I told my beginning trading story, man, how Robinhood robbed me. I still ain't got my $2,000 back from Robinhood. They owe me close to $2,000. I ain't never get it back. Man. I couldn't get into my account, bro. What platform do I use? I use Robinhood for my long-term stuff. And I use Webull for just like my day trading. I separated my accounts. That's something too. That's something that'll help y'all too. Separate your accounts. The long term, keeping one account, and your day trading, keeping one account. That's something that helped me. I like to keep it separate. Keep long term in one account, and then your day trading, keep that in another account. But it's the thing though, with day trading, me personally, I went with Robinhood. I went with Webull because the commissions are low. When you use Thinkorswim could be, commissions was like 65 cents. I don't know if they changed it or what, but when I was using it was 65 cents. I know one year, it was like 2021 or 2022. I looked at my end of year statement, man. I spent like $600, $700, and that was just with the contract fees. I said, oh no. I spent $600 or $700 on just contract fees. That's a lot, man. Webull contract fees, things like 7 cents per contract, something like that. So, yeah. Can I do a YouTube video on how to set a stop loss on Webull? I think I have that, but I have it unlisted. I'm gonna have to look for it. I think I have that. I'm gonna send it to you on Materica. I think I have it though. I think I have it. I'm gonna look for it and see if I can send it to you if I do have it. If I don't have it, I'm gonna make it. Let's see. I think I missed a couple questions that y'all said earlier. You said, are there any risk off that top of your head when investing in 2X stocks other than buying at the wrong time? I mean, yeah, they are higher risk just because they 2X. They 2X, so they are higher risk. That's why you only want to get them when stocks are down a lot, right? So when you're in a bear market, you don't want to buy it when the market flying, because you got some of the leverage stocks that are 3x. So you definitely don't want to buy that at the wrong time. But other than that, I think it's a great idea, especially if you don't have a whole lot to invest with. I think that's what I'm gonna do with my brother and sister this year. I think I usually just try to give them money every year. That's what I'm gonna do. Instead of giving them money this year for Christmas, I'm gonna put whatever I would give them, I'm gonna put it in stocks. And whatever it go to, by December, that's what they gonna get. I'm gonna do that. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Now, if the investment go red, they on their own. I ain't gonna lie. If it go red, they on their own. But they gonna get whatever I make or lose from it. That's what they gonna get. I'm doing that this year. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. The money that I would give them, I'm gonna put it into stocks, and whatever it go to, that's what they gonna get for Christmas. They might have a good Christmas, or they might have a terrible one. I mess around, put $300 in a 2x. That thing go to 100, boy. They done opened up a bag of coals for Christmas. But nah, it can be really good though. Ain't no telling what the market gonna be at by December. Who knows how long we'll be in a bear market? I don't know. All I'm saying is it's almost that time to start unloading the clip, right? This is the time where the next wave of people with the money, this your chance to hop on the train. I'm telling you. I missed it in 2020. It's been 5 years since we really had a really nice, fast dip like this. The 2022 drop was a little different though. 2022 drop in 2023, it was slow. This is fast. This is a fast drop. So this one a little different. But yeah, man, I've been on here with y'all for a minute, man. I'm about to hop off of the YouTube. This live is saved. Once again, guys, if you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments. Please leave a like and share this video, and make sure you subscribe to YouTube channel. I have tons of videos on my YouTube. RJ's Pillars of Options Trade. I have 4 videos that literally will teach you all the basics that you need to get started trading. I'm gonna have tons of different videos on how to set up your trading view chart. Exactly how I trade. I have different trade breakdowns. Just go through YouTube. I got plenty of YouTube. If you go to my Instagram, the links are in the description. I have over 700 videos on my Instagram that has educational content, right? So you can probably really look at my page and learn how to trade for free. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right. So I appreciate everybody hopping on. If you do want to still holler at me, whatever, I'm finna still stay live on the Instagram. Just finna talk trash with everybody real quick. But as far as that, man, that's what we talked about this time. We talked about some long-term stuff this time. The stock market has crashed, and this is how you're going to capitalize, all right? So you capitalize by buying stocks at the lows and selling at the highs. One day we will be back at all-time highs. Maybe not no time soon, but this is how you put yourself in position to capitalize, all right? So I appreciate y'all, man, and I'll see y'all in the next one. If y'all want to still talk to me, y'all hop on the Instagram live. That's where I'll be at. But this will be saved if you need to go back. So I appreciate everybody hopping on. Y'all be safe.